Hi. Oh shoot, my microphone. Hi. Welcome back. I have a new this is going to be exciting. I have a new entry I want to read. Visionary Ventures Productions presents Ideas Between Us, a space for the stuff that doesn't fit neatly into a format. I'm Jeffrey Linehan. Today, I want to talk about the music that I composed last night. Well, yesterday, frankly. I'm really excited. Let me show you. Well, actually, before I do that, I want to say that for those of you who don't know, I have developed this alter ego, Samantha Bahar, and I want to perform in drag and develop my own music. I'm drawing this music from my own life experiences. And I should also explain the environment is different. Yes, although it was kind of lazy and it was more intimate, it was clearer for my mind to just, take my iPhone and just start recording. Sorry. Um, I know this isn't professional. I I thought that perhaps seemed too lazy and the camera seemed too close up. Um, so so I moved. All right, so I moved this. I get to show you now. I moved my ring light over to here. It was behind me previously, and I know I have a rip in my sleeve. Um, I'm in tattered clothing. Um, I hope you're getting my sound. Um, so I moved the ring light over next to my uh, iMac from 2015. Yes, I'm almost to the point of desperately needing money for this stuff. I don't know whether my Verizon service will continue past somewhere around mid August, unless I can be able to pay the Verizon bill. But anyway, I wanted to get back to writing music, and I thought, what the heck? I've learned a lot more since doing it. Since previously when I studied music, and that's not been more than a year. It's coming up on 1 year. So let me show you what I have here. I used See, I wrote down the um, structure of the music, and this is styled to 80s music. Um, and then I used a something online to be able to generate the visual staff bars. That's what you call them. So that's why it looks so neat. Let me see if I can share, see if I can remember here, down here. Okay. Um, Select a tab. Oh, here, window. There we go. I wonder if, okay, first I want to show you this. Just get things out of the way. This is the preliminary stuff. So, wow, talk about cascading effect. Well, if you ignore the cascading effect, this is the annoying thing that popped up. I thought I had that solved. Maybe that gives you a justification for putting something in my comments. I resolved it before by I think it was clearing cache, but um, the darn monkey just popped up, and that was one of the reasons why I switched. I guess why I switched to using my iPhone, which has a better camera than this. Um, all right, so let me go back to that. I want to get so that's that where that monkey was. That's where the chat would be. I guess I can go check my iPhone, see if anybody's chatting there. But I want to go to here. Well, let me check. Let me check my iPhone. let me this is believe me, if I had better technology, I just for one thing, I need a longer cord. Um, see, this is my iPhone. Ha ha ha. See how ancient it is. And I've got I forget the term. I'll just call it a cord. And I've got my I'm pretty open about this and blatant. I've got my extension strip, strip, extension strip, electrical strip, going right near, but the darn cord is just not quite, not quite long enough. It needs a few more inches at least. While I'm talking, I'm going to switch over on my iPhone so I can see if hopefully anybody's talking. Um, so darn it, that's the only cord that's working, and it's not long enough. So I've got my ring light rather, over here, and it has a nice little place. See, let me show you. You have to be very careful when you working with technology that's not set up right. But see if anybody can recognize this. Mm, but it's too bright, I guess. But there's a one of those iPhone holders that's just below the ring light. Um, it can almost fit in. The cord is too short. So that's what I need. That's what I know I need when I ask somebody for money next time. But um, let me see if I can. Good. At least it's. I'm going live. I can see that. Um, but I can't tell if anybody is chatting. Sorry. Videos, or maybe I can do this. This is a time for experimentate. I don't want you to hear reverb from me. Okay. Um, live chat. Okay. So it doesn't look, I don't see anybody chatting. Maybe you are. I can't tell. But I don't see anybody in the chat right now. But I have it set up so that I could quickly check to see if anybody has posted something in the chat. Okay. So on with the more important stuff. So um, I'll in my next video, I want to show you a revised version of these songs. I'm going to keep working on these songs. This is just a test, and just because I felt like composing music finally, and I'm really excited. Um, those of you who can read sheet music, you're going to have possibly, well, I hope you're going to have a nice surprise. In my next video, I want to use a thumbnail of I want to create a thumbnail of me dressed as Samantha with a proposed album cover and Samantha Bahar name on it. And I like the fact that this project is moving along. My girlfriend really likes it, and she was enthusiastic. She loved this music I was sharing, the words anyway. And all right, sharing right here. All right. So now I'm gonna focus away from that so I can actually concentrate on and not look at myself. Um, so let me tell you the story about this. So as I'm talking with my girlfriend, it's a little bit slower here. I have to take into account. Um, uh, here. She would let me filter, make be careful what I say. She would, we all go through problems in life and so forth. So um I love having a girlfriend that I can be able to she's my first real girlfriend, age 50. We're both the same age. Don't tell her that. No, no, I mean don't remind her of her age. No, no, no. No, she's fine. No, I'm going off on a tangent. Um, so she would call me, and I think one of us came up with boyfriend medicine. I think I came up with the term boyfriend medicine. So um so we've joked about it, and I said I should come up with a song. And so here I finally did it. So there's the title. There's the name. There's Samantha's name there. Not my girlfriend. I mean, my name and debut album. I haven't come up with an actual album title yet. Key of D major. Um, so this tempo, for those of you who don't know, I'll give you a little bit of a education here. That's pretty well. That's relatively fast. Again, I'm going for 1980s style music, not retro heavy synthesized music or whatever. Actual, I want it to sound like actual authentic music from the 1980s. The feel, I like the fact that music sheets do have this in there. So if you don't know what this is and so forth, you can get a sense. It's rhythmic, warm dance pop. That should give you a sense. So, um, so here's the lyrics. I don't know if I should read them out loud. Here, what the heck? I'll read them out loud. Um, Traffic, emails, everybody's talking, been running on fumes since the 6 a.m. Key in the lock, don't even take my coat off, just falling to the um See, so I should tell you in context if you didn't figure it out already. I would be performing this as Samantha. So I'd be dressed up. So I'm not doing it as ha ha, I'm a clown face in drag. No, no, no. I'm doing it like I'm following in the footsteps, hopefully, of somebody I admire, Gray Phillips, who was a man who found I'll say she had more of a career, more opportunities, dressed as presenting as a woman because of her voice. So she found her niche. So I want to do that straightforwardly. Um, Presenting a female. Oh, I remember now something else I wanted to talk about. So I might as well mention it now. I want to create a pitch video. um, it would start off with a presentation of the concept, which is what I was explaining to you, 1980s style, not retro for the sake of retro, but done like authentically, like as if this were 1980s music. I keep thinking of Belinda Carlisle, Madonna, Stevie Nicks. That's the kind of sound. And there are other ones I guess I'm forgetting about right now, but those seem the closest to what I want to capture as Samantha Bahar. um, so I figured I could. Okay, so then I mention what I style of music and what like services I would still need. I know I need to work on my fitness and um, and get thinner and makeup. Although my girlfriend said sh- several times that my makeup is fine and my wigs look fine. She favored the blonde one, the long blonde one, and I think so too. But somebody else in the industry, when I asked him, what could I improve on, he said wigs. So, excuse me. Um, so that's one thing. And I know I'm buying wigs from, or those wigs came from something like off the shelf or Amazon or whatever, like Paula Young, and I don't remember where the other ones came from, but I'm taking a guess that there are more professional read for that higher cost wigs. Um, so for right now, I guess I don't know where to go with that. Um, Boy, I'm feeling hungry all of a sudden. I haven't had anything to eat today, but there's that music. I'm feeling kind of sick all of a sudden. I want to show you. Hmm. That's a little bit slower. Maybe I should do this at another time. I guess I just wanted to come on here. I'll go through the recent ones. And I'm going to work on this. This is from my some past experience. These are all from past experience. That's very high, very 1980s related. Okay, so back to this one. Um, so I'm going to keep working on this, and really, the next maybe next week, next Sunday, I'll have something. I'll fine tune this stuff, and I wish you could hear it. I should be able to play this on. I should be able to create a MIDI file um, and play it through QuickTime Player or GarageBand, so you can actually hear the music because it's tricky translating something in your head and then it just comes. If you don't know how to read sheet music, it's tricky to show, but at least you see the words, and it's a demonstration. Yes, I can be able to create music. And so what I plan to do is, see, originally I thought of creating a songbook for Samantha Bahar and selling that through Kindle uh, and on Amazon, and also through my website, which is vvproductions.media. There's a shop there. You can get some apparel with logos and so forth. And I created different collections, one for each podcast. And there's a podcast devoted to my development, my journey as Samantha Bahar. And so um, I thought about publishing all of my music in a songbook form, but then I thought, well, that would be rushing everything out there, and maybe it'd be premature. So what I'm thinking of right now, as I develop my vocal training. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot. In addition to, in terms of the services, remember the services I was talking about? Um, the In addition to the makeup and wig, really basic overall presentation, and getting into better physical shape, so I look smaller, tiny, narrower, and the female form, the cushioning and so forth could help would look stand out better. I would need more professional service for that. Boy, I wish I really could have access to um cushioning and proportions and cutting and so forth. Wow. There's another musician in Europe that I love to talk with. Maybe I can interview this person. Just something I want more for this channel. I can see more for this channel. Anyway, I need vocal training as well. So while I'm developing the vocal training, I can put together music sheets of just the songs that would go in my first album, Samantha Bahar's debut album. Um, and this wouldn't necessarily go in that debut album. I figured I had to put in something just to show what it would look like. Um, I put debut album, um, and that would go alongside the go alongside uh, my projects. Hopefully there would be a real album where I could sing and so forth. So I thought of releasing it in two editions. One would be it would be cheaper, it would be black and white, it would be just this right here. The no, I should say this right here, what you see above you. The actual sheet music, black and white, doesn't have to be color. And I'm thinking about $12.99 to $14.99. Then if you want a deluxe edition, I'm going to come up with some clever name for it because, for marketing and so forth. I can imagine somebody like Madonna especially would come up with some jazzy, slick name rather than just deluxe edition. Um, I would, um, I would have like in Samantha's handwriting. Well, I mean my handwriting, but I mean like in Samantha's own voice, I would have like interviews or open letters to fans and so forth with amongst these song sheets for album one. And on the cover, I'm imagining like a photo of Samantha Bahar done as an album, you know, the album cover, the intended album cover put on the cover for the songbook, um, and so forth. So I guess that's what I'm going to be working on. I feel a little bit better that now. I'll just go through some stories, what I can, what I feel I can be able to share, because this is drawing from my experience. Um, this is my innuendo about female pleasure. I'll say that. Um, it's a little bit slower. You can tell 104. Um, Here, looking back, this is, if I remember correctly, this is about like reunion and yeah. Um, I had the reunion, high school reunion on my mind, and thinking that I had moved. I back in high school thinking that I could move on and it would be a wonderful life, and then now thinking back, you know, especially at the reunion, um, thinking that I haven't moved as far as I could. I'm hoping these songs should be very relatable, and of course, Mermaid. Really, I'm thinking of changing that title from Mermaid to Cold Feet, because Mermaid just seems. It had been my working title for the song, but it just seems very on the nose, very generic. So as you can tell here, tell me you could love a mermaid even when she's not what you thought you'd see. Um, I thought about something that women would relate to, and of course, I want to mimic how a female singer would think and what she would write about and so forth. I'm to remember, I'm trying to do this come across authentically, um, like quasi authentically. Um, so, um, what Mermaid would really be about would be um, uncertainty, what like with my faults or not faults, not mental faults. I mean, like with my, you know, I don't do I really measure up to what he wants and so forth, that kind of thing. Um, Insecurity, kind of. So that's where what Mermaid is really about. And then the phone call is you know, thoughts of talking to someone from my past. Um, and then through the glass, this is I got that phrase from the image of watching, you know, like a party going on, metaphorically, party going on, um, and I'm not invited. I'm just peering in. You know, they're very that like that's the milieu. That's the group of people that I really deserve to be amongst. And I'm just peering through, just envious, watching from through the glass from outside. And this is a nod to 1980s music. I wanted it to be very glitzy, and as you can tell, I don't have yeah, I just have the one page. I'm gonna have to work more on this. With all these songs, I'm gonna fine tune them. I'm gonna add more. I ran it through Gemini, Google Gemini, asking, you know, how can you? I fed the sheets. I fortunately I was able to share my music sheets, and um, it gave an approximation, a guess as to how long the songs would last, and the 118 beats per minute really helped with that. But um, I was coming up with, it said lengths that were just short. They would fit modern time. Well, not necessarily this one, but I mean, these earlier songs would fit ones for the modern time, just longer than TikTok, thank goodness. But the earlier songs from the 1980s, which is what I really want to capture. You know, if you intend to go in strong. Create it the way you really envision it. That's how, again, going back to Madonna, um, I think that's what she would say, or that's how she does things. She fine tunes. She thinks it through. Is this really what I want it? How I've envisioned it to look, and so that's what I want to do with this. I don't want to like half-ass it. Um, I want to um, I want to lengthen it. Um, so I think I know. Um, I've found techniques or basically structural elements in 1980s music that would naturally lengthen these to the appropriate time durations. So, oh, another thing. Speaking of, well, I'm thinking of time right now. It's 26 minutes, 22 seconds. I don't want these videos to become too long. I thought maybe 25 to 35 minutes. So this is just about the right length of time. I'm going to quit sharing this for a moment. There we go. And read my ending, which I'm already in the process of revising, but this is the ending for these videos. If something resonated, so I don't forget, if something resonated, please subscribe. Something you've heard here, please subscribe. Tell your friends, hit that like button. I want to come up with a better phrase than that, something less cliche. Um, you can support this channel by visiting my website store at vvproductions.media. And until the next idea, good day.